Why, hello there. It's the Archivist from tradingcardarchives.com, and happy Lunar New Year. Today is actually Lunar New Year's Day, uh, according to certain calendars. Anyway, the whole thing there's basically a lot of time that it could be, but today's the day we celebrate it, and it's a massive holiday. It's the kind of the official New Year for most of Asia, including China. It's a big, huge holiday. I don't know how else to explain it. The entire month of February, most of China essentially just shuts down. Nothing's really happening on AliExpress right now. You can't get anything shipped. Yeah, that's not true. Like, there's a few things that still happen and get shipped, but for the most part, people are on vacation. Like, if you message a vendor, it's going to take them a few days to reply, if they reply at all, until this holiday is over. And so we kind of have to deal with that. But it's also, a great time to sort of reflect and think back on, maybe the history of that, and like, why do we have that New Year's, and what does it mean, and what is the Year of the Dragon, and all that kind of stuff, right? And so what I thought might be a fun way to kind of, both celebrate the new year, but also sort of reflect on that idea would be to take a look at all of our history uh, art cards, and specifically Chinese history art cards. And so that's what I've got on the table here. There's 6 sets, and we'll talk about what they all are. But the theme is basically Chinese history. And it could be, fantasy history. Obviously, these are cats. That's not, well, we don't believe that there were actually anthropomorphic cats in history. We don't know for sure that there weren't, but there's not a lot of evidence that there were. So that could be a fantasy one. This one's most certainly a fantastic story. It's the story of how Buddhism came to China, so Journey to the West. So yeah, definitely fantasy, real history, a good mix, but all rooted in Chinese history, and mostly in the Romantic period, that what we call the Three Kingdoms period. And the Three Kingdoms period of Chinese history is what, in the West we know it as like the Dynasty Wars time, the Dynasty Warriors games. But there's also, there's a whole series of games called Romance of the Three Kingdoms, so you might have played those as well. That's usually how people know that history outside of China. But anyway, that's a real historical period in China. Lu Bu and all those people, real historical figures. Anyway, okay, so that's what we're going to talk about. But that's the reason we don't have Naruto on the table, right? Naruto is fantasy history, sort of, kind of. It's at least set in Edo, Japan, but it's in Japan, right? It's not China, so that's why we didn't pick it for this video. Same with Gintama, Bleach. Like, those anime are all set in Edo, Japan, which is the romantic history period of Japan. But for this video, it's going to be China. Anyway, enough intro. Sorry, I talk way too much about why I'm doing videos. I don't need to do that. Okay, we've got 6 of these, so we're probably going to do probably like two packs from each, something like that. Why don't we? Where should we start? Why don't we start right here at the biggest box? So get it off the table. So this box is very special. If you don't know what this is, I feel really bad for you. You should know you should learn what this is. This is awesome. But this is a Story of the Stone, or Dreams of the Red Mansion. Those are kind of two different interpretations of the title of this uh, historical novel. And it's a historical novel. It's not real. It's a fantasy story. Obviously, the theme of the story is that a sentient rock wanted to experience life, so it came to Earth and joined a one of the top dynasty families in China, and then lived 3 generations in that family as people in the family, right? And so the book kind of follows those people, and what it was like to be in a dynastic family in China, and the rise to power and all that kind of stuff. And so it's a very interesting story, and very famous story uh, in Japan or in China from the Romantic period. Again, Story of the Stone, Romance of the or Dream of the Dream of Red Mansion. Sorry, really tripping up on my words here. But what's so special about this is it's a Kayou set. Kayou, right? This is a 200 yuan Kayou production. This is like the most premium thing Kayou has ever made. And I'm talking more premium than like their anniversary Naruto cards, right? Like these things are epic. You'll see what I mean. I really need to get another box of this because it's gonna sell out, and I only have the one box, and I really should have two. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. We'll open 2 packs of that because I don't have a lot of it left. Right? This is gonna be it if I. Yeah, we'll only be able to do one more video after this, so 2 packs from that. Really good set. And then let's stay rooted in history a bit, and let's look at this one. And so this book was a sort of romantic history book on dynastic China, right? This one's a little different. So this is Card Expert. They're a company we see pretty often. They usually make bootleg cards, right? In this case, they're making an art set. So this is not a bootleg of anything. It's purely an art set. You can tell by the red and gold colors that it's kind of celebrating something royal in China, right? Because those are royal colors in China. And what this is Card Expert's Journey to the West set. And Journey to the West is the story of how Buddhism was brought to China over the mountains. So if you look at China on a map, obviously there's the ocean on this side, and there's all this land. It's huge. China is bigger than you could possibly imagine. It's way bigger than you think. And then over on the western side is this mountain range, this Tibetan mountain range that kind of protects China from Russia and India and all those countries. That's where Tibet is. And so bringing Buddhism to China required someone to cross that entire landmass, which was pretty much all jungle and undeveloped territory, really a dangerous journey back then, right? Now there's cities all over there, but there weren't back then, right? There was only cities on the coast, and then there were villages in the mountains. There was nothing in between, and it was like a multi-week journey. It's a very large piece of land to cover, and beautiful country too. Some of the most beautiful landscapes in the world that they covered during that journey. And so, yeah, the journeys, it's a very fantastic story. Like the Buddha himself, tells this monk to go on this journey and has the king of the monkeys help him. So there's a lot of fantastic elements. But it's still, I think, a very interesting story and very famous, and one that is retold. I mean, I just retold it, but it is retold so many times. I think when I first reviewed this box, I went over a list of like all the different interpretations of this story that have existed, from books to TV shows, comics, anime. There's like multiple anime that tell this story. There are like sub series of other anime that tell this story. For example, the Doraemon show in Japan has had an entire offshoot mini-series where Doraemon and his friends retold the journey to the West and went on that journey, right? So it's kind of that famous of a thing. Whether it's real or not, it's, whatever, that's history. But both of those are kind of in that category of fantasy history, right? We'll look at those last. Let's look at now at maybe some real history, right? Such as it is. Now there are actually 3 of these. If you notice, I have edition 2 and edition 3 here. That's 3. I actually do not have edition 1 right now. I opened the last of that a little while ago, and I don't have another box of it. I probably won't get another box just because they keep at making new ones, and the new ones are better. So if I was going to buy more of this product, I would buy box 3 again. This is a great box. And I actually have one. I have a series 1 sealed in the giveaway pile. So on this channel, we run giveaways quite often. Actually, we're going to run another one at 666 subs. That's a very lucky number in China. It's not lucky here. But anyway, let's talk about that later. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, so we run giveaways, and one of the when we do the giveaways, you get to pick your prize from like 30 different boxes that are over there all sealed up. and one of them is a first edition Three Kingdoms. So this is Three Kingdoms by Kayou, and it's telling the story of the Three Kingdoms again through the trading cards. And some of the most beautiful trading cards I've ever seen have come out of these boxes. They just are gorgeous beyond belief. I mean, it's insane. There's these painting cards in here that just look exactly like a classical Chinese painting. It's completely nuts. Yeah. So we are going to be opening 2 Series 2 packs and 2 Series 3 packs today. And you'll see there's a lot of similar design language on them for sure. And then let's look at this, and then we'll open this. I didn't have one of these open, so I had to get a new one out, but I do have one of these open. So what is this? Okay, so this is the story of Qin, right? Legend of Qin. Yeah, sorry, Legend of Qin? Legend of Qin. Yeah, sorry. Okay, Legend of Qin. Qin. I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm really sorry. But anyway, I'm sorry. So this is Hero Battle. Hero Battle, right? Hero Battle, which if you know what that is, that's Kayou's TCG in China. And it's a massive TCG, but it's a Marvel TCG, right? It's had 6 different releases. It's been running for over 5 years. Massive TCG, but it features Marvel characters. What you don't know is Kayou makes a version of that TCG that features Three Kingdoms Chinese history characters, but not Three Kingdoms this. It's like a completely different thing. And it's actually based off a fantasy version of that story where none of the characters are real. So these aren't like Lu Bu and stuff. They're characters from that made-up story. But anyway, I think it was an interesting thing to add in here. And this is a 10 yuan box. So the packs should have very good cards in them. And yeah, it's Hero Battle, but it's not Marvel. So this of all the ones, this is the least thematic because there's almost no aspect of that is historical. It's pretty much all made up. This is more historical, and this is cats. I can justify that statement. So okay, so in China, kind of like Egypt, cats were considered a royal animal. So only dynastic families, royal families, emperors and things would have pet cats, right? And so this is a very special set. It's really hard for me to explain how special this is unless you know a little bit about the Chinese art scene. And so I'm sorry, I know the intro for this is like 15 minutes long, but this is more of a history lesson than a trading card video. So if you're looking for a trading card video, I make a lot of videos. Go watch one of the others. This is more of a history one. So what this is Card.Fun. So Card.Fun is kind of the other major trading card manufacturer in China. There's their logo, Card.Fun. So you'll see, tons and tons of Kayou sets and tons of Card.Fun sets. These two companies make officially licensed product. So all their product is licensed, it's official, you can resell it. There's no legal issues really with it at all, even outside of China. Whereas pretty much all the other companies are doing bootleg things where it gets a little tricky, right? It's not always illegal, but it gets tricky. But with Kayou and Card.Fun, it's always safe. So this is a totally safe set. This set, though, is their own original production. And what it is it's a retelling of the Three Kingdoms, again, just like what Kayou did here, but with cats playing all the roles. So you'll see all the major characters that exist in the Three Kingdoms, mythos, are going to be redrawn as cats. But it's even better than that. They brought in the top character artists in China, and character art is a genre of art that is practiced all over Asia, but very famous in China. And you'll see the style when we start opening the cards. It's a very specific style of art, but they commissioned the top artists in China to draw these cards, and some of them are signed with like wet signatures signed, which is epic. Like you have to understand, these artists have their art shown at like the Guggenheim, the British Museum. Like these are major artists, and they're being uh, put on trading cards by Card.Fun, right? I don't know. It would be like Picasso, Dali. Like these are the kinds of names that are on these cards. It's just not Western names; they're Chinese names. But anyway, okay. So enough of that. We will get into this. So each box comes with a hit pack, but the hit pack is stickers. And so I'm not going to open that because it's going to be just stickers like this. But you can see they are very beautiful stickers, really well done. And yeah, I mean, as a hit pack prize, it's a great prize. You want a numbered card or something, but okay. And then yeah, we're going to take just 2 packs from this one because sorry, I can't open the whole thing. But you can see immediately just how freaking cute it is. It's so cute. Okay, now we will get to opening packs again. And I'm sorry, I know I spend a lot of time talking sometimes, but in this case, like, that was the point of the video, kind of, was to do all the talking. So how about we start with Hero Battle, just to get some silliness on the table, and then we'll get into the more serious history cards. So again, this is Hero Battle. It's a real TCG, so it has, hidden information back, but you'll notice it's a different card back than the Marvel Hero Battle uses. And I can show you that. I have some here. It's also uses Kayou's sort of double pack system. You will see that in this one too, none of the others. Here, let me show you what I mean. Wait. Yeah, here's one. So this is Black Panther Hero Battle card from Kayou, and you can see the Hero Battle back. This is the Marvel Hero Battle back. This is the Legend of Qin. Sorry, I'm going to say it wrong every time because it's spelled with a Q, and I know that's not how it's pronounced, but yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, my Western tongue. I'm going to drink some coffee. Very nice. All right, so again, this was a 10 yuan pack, so we should get some really good cards out of here. Our first 2 are unfortunately rares, which that's not really what we're looking for. 3 rares, 4 rares, okay. But then we get some nice heat here. So that's an LR. That is beautiful and very nice looking card. Yes. Okay, so there's an LR. Now, believe it or not, there is a secondary market for this set. Generally with Kayou, all their sets have one because they're just that popular. So I'm going to go comp this card because it may actually be worth something. I'll be right back. Unfortunately, nothing. So yeah, that card does not show up on eBay. But still, great looking card. It kind of has the same basic look as the LRs from the Marvel set, except it has a little more color to it. Those would be gold and black exclusively, whereas this has a little bit of gray on it. Now here's an SR, which even that, looks pretty good. You've got some great refraction work, pretty good card. But again, like I said, this is a TCG, so there's rules on it, right? So these aren't trading cards in the classical sense. These are very much TCG cards meant to play a TCG game with. All right, so why don't we get let's do a cat next. Okay, so here is Card.Fun's. I call this Dynasty Cats. That is not the name of this set, but that's what I call it. So it's going to be hard for me to call it anything else. But yeah, here we go. Take a look here, and so here's an SR. Very nice. And you can see there that it's got cats playing all of the roles. And I don't know if we got the exact one, but what I really, really love about this set is these SRs like this. They always come with kind of two versions. There's the finished version, and then this kind of sketch draft version of the card, right? And so I think what we've got here, right, is that horse is this horse. And so you've got the matching card in that one pack, which is awesome. I don't think I've seen that before. But it sort of shows you, here's the finished image, and here's the sketched image of that. Pretty neat, huh? I like that aspect of this set. And then, you know, it's got some nice, really nice looking cards too. Like here's an SSR. A cat in kind of a traditional garb there. I think he's got, well, he's got like one orange brain cell, I believe. Here is a, what is this? This must be a, yeah, this is, this is such a like nice card that I don't want to throw it away, although I know it is just a set. So this is describing the set, what is at each level. And then over here is redemption. So if you have a Card.Fun account in China, you need a Chinese ID to make one. I believe I've never been able to make one, at least without it. You can use this code to redeem and get some Card.Fun points. Redeem those for things later on. So go ahead and take that if you want. Of course, the first person who gets it gets it. But I'm going to keep it. And then here's another SR. Again, just some beautiful artwork on these cards. And you see it's then cats, right? Which I think is so great. Why don't we jump over then to Kayou's Three Kingdoms. So this is the Three Kingdoms set 2. And all three sets are full releases. So Kayou puts all the information on the back. But you can see here that set 2 had 178 different cards in it at 10 different rarity levels. So it's a big set, right? And that's just set 2. Set 3 then introduces a whole nother 178 cards, right? So yeah, completing all of this would take you a really long time. But this is one of those sets that has like legit a really good secondary market. So if you can complete this set, it is worth, can be worth quite a lot. And you can see here that it looks really good, right? I mean, just check out that artwork. And what I absolutely love, if anyone who's watched this channel knows I talk about this all the time, but most of these manufacturers, especially Kayou, just steal artwork. They just go on Google image search, they find what they want, they put it on the card. They don't credit the artist, they don't pay the artist, they don't have a license, nothing, just steal it, right? Kayou, because they're a legit company, they credit the artist. So if you like a specific piece of art from here, you can actually go look that artist up and see some of their other pieces and, you know, maybe get a commission done. It's great, right? And it's kind of sad that Kayou doesn't do that because you can't then go and talk to that artist if you want to. So this is a higher tier card. So on the back, we'll see the DCO2 there. And yeah, pretty good looking piece. And then this is, I think, just a painting card. Yeah, it is. I'm kind of sad we pulled this first because it both is breathtaking. Like this is beautiful, like really a pretty card. I actually thought it was like a massive hit when I saw it at first. But this is actually just a painting card. You'll get one in every pack. It's just the most striking one I've seen so far. What I mean by that is that blue tone with the gold here is just awesome. We're going to pull 4 of these today, and you'll see how special that one is compared to the other 4. I've never pulled one that looks that good before. Very impressive looking card. But here we go with the 3rd edition. This is the latest release. Although all three are generally still available. I mean, the first one is getting a little bit harder to find, but it's still available. Like I saw boxes for sale just before this video, so they're definitely still there. And then the third box, very easy to find. In fact, you can sometimes find it on sale. I think during the choice sale at the beginning of February, I saw some of those for like $18, which is like $10 off, with a really good price for that box. So this is the typical painting cards, right? So that one, like I said, is so special just because of how muted it is in the color palette, versus this is a more traditional look to that kind of a painting, right? Those colors and things. And still there's just amazing refraction work up here. And if you if you do the work of translating these cards and you put them in order and you translate them all, they tell the story of the three kingdoms, like from start to finish, which is like such a cool thing to have. This card looks amazing, but I actually don't think it's that high of a rarity. Is it? BC? Like, I think it's just a green. Yeah, I think this is just a green. Okay. I think like in rarity levels, this gold is low, this and these might be the same from two different sets. This is a major hit, so we'll talk about that in a second. Let me get the rares out first. There we go. And then, yeah, so this is a QR. Well, effectively a QR. But you can see there that it is also a zodiac card, and you can tell that from a couple, even if you can't read what it says. I can't read what it says. I'm not that good at reading Chinese. I'm just not. But look at those bunnies, right? A bunny is one of the zodiac animals, so definitely this is a zodiac card. I am gonna go comp this because this could be worth, probably not a lot of money, but it could be worth 20 bucks or something. I'm gonna go check and find out. I'll be right back. Wow. Never mind. So I talked a lot up on that, but yeah, I can't find this card at all. And moreover, I can't really find any on eBay anymore. So I think maybe this set is not as popular today as it was like last summer. Cue cards from this set would have been $20 on eBay. Today I just don't see any at all. And I still think it's an amazing card. I'm putting it in a top loader, so obviously I like it. Yeah, just look at the gold shine on that. That's beautiful. Okay, so enough of that. Let's get to the more serious literature cards now. And right, these cards are now coming from books, fictional books, but who knows? This journey to the West, almost certainly there were people who did do that journey back then, just traders and things, people who had to travel between those two places. So it wasn't like completely unheard of to do that journey. It's just maybe the Buddha himself didn't tell this person to do it. Maybe that part isn't true. But again, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Okay, so we got some like really nasty curve on these. I mean, that is an extreme curve. I'm not going to complain too much because the cards look so good, but that's not cool. Sleeves here. And then, yeah, this is basically what the cards are. Now, I want to show you this one up close because it looks really plain, right? But this is not actually a plain card. There. You see all that texture on the background? That's the refraction work. And it's what makes the card kind of shimmer the way it does, like that, and make it look like gold and not just a flat outline. So honestly, this is a very well printed card. And yeah, I mean, I've been nothing but impressed by the quality of these. And the artwork on them is exceptional. Although here the centering is not exceptional. But still, that is just a beautiful piece of art. Variation of the yin yang there, or yin yang. There's no yang sound in Chinese, so yang is the way you would actually pronounce that. If I ever get pronunciations wrong, correct me. I want to be corrected. I want to get it right. And I get them wrong all the time. And I often will rewatch my videos after I'm done filming them, or after they've been posted. Usually just to see like how cringy they are, because they're usually super cringy, like really, really cringy. But I want to watch so I can get better, right? And so as I'm watching, I'm always like, oh God, you mispronounced that so bad. Oh, that's not even close. Like it's just really it gets really bad. Okay, sorry. So this now is Story of the Stone by Kayou. And so we're looking at Kayou cards, but super premium Kayou cards. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but this finish is like enamel on the card. It's so perfectly done. And then the rainbow stamping, the printing. Just printing this card alone is incredibly difficult to get that kind of print quality. But then to also have all the effects inside of, like, all those little dots are foiled. Every single one is completely crazy. And then this is actually a pretty big hit from the set, because this is one of the QRs again, sort of like that one. So QRs are usually these chibi style cards. And yeah, so that's another interpretation of the title. So I don't know if you can see that up there, but The Dream of the Red Chamber. That's like another way, another pronunciation. Dream of the Red Mansion, Dream of the Red Chamber, Story of the Stone. These are all titles for what that book was. And yeah, I mean, these cards are just breathtaking. Even this one, like, it looks plain over here, but it's just covered in refraction texture, which is then covered in like this enamel coating again. Gorgeous. Sorry, I can't say enough good things about these cards. They're very, very good. And I'm not joking. I need to get another box of this. It's well worth it. Yeah, amazing cards. Okay, let's get to the second round here. We're like 33 minutes into this video. I feel like this is the video people are going to hate the most. What I mean is, I always talk a lot and spend way too much time talking about the cards and not enough time opening them. But in this case, it's like pathological. When we get into history stuff like this, yeah, it's so much fun. I love it. I love these cards. This one is beautiful. I mean, this is not even a high tier card, but just look how great that design work is. In the background here and here. It's perfect. This is actually a pretty high tier card from the set. You can kind of tell by the black backing on it too. But yeah, this one is definitely going to be up there. CW012. I mean, it's beautiful too. I love the purple again. I'm going to pause and go see if I can comp this. I'll be right back. So I'm right. It is above this rarity level. The trick is, though, this is not the rare version of it. So it's This set is really tricky. There are versions of all of the cards above that. This is the first level above that. All the ones above this that are numbered. And so this is the non-numbered variant. It's not stamped, right? It would be stamped right here out of 299 if it was the numbered one. But as the non-numbered, it doesn't have a lot of value, unfortunately. But still, that is a great pull because it still is a higher rarity than this. It's just people aren't going to want that because there's a numbered one available. And also, I don't see a lot for sale at all generally, so I just kind of think maybe the Three Kingdoms set is just not as popular in the West, especially, or at least it's not being sold on eBay as much anymore. Which is fine, because I was planning to keep the cards anyway. I just really love them. So, yeah. Here we go with another pack of cats. And like I said, there are wet signature cards in here. I haven't pulled one yet, but man, if I did, I would freak out. We pulled something, but I think it's just one of the calendars. I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. This is gorgeous. Just perfect imagery. I mean, you've got the cats here, the cat is just... right, I love cats, and I love history, obviously, so it's like a perfect mix for me. Oh, this is a dupe. I already had this one, but I love this particular one. It looks... I just love them doing the crane pose there. And then we've got... Oh my. Oh, this is a puzzle piece. Okay, sorry. I forgot. So normally I would absolutely hate puzzles, right? But this set does something with puzzles that is different and kind of awesome. So there are 5 puzzles in the set, but they're all just 4 pieces. And so this is one of 4 pieces that make a puzzle. And in fact, the last box I opened had all 4 pieces of one of the puzzles in it. So it was the first time I've ever actually completed a puzzle in a set. Awesome. And then you can see the puzzles also look really cool. Like that is going to be a great image when it's done. So I don't mind the puzzles in this one. And then this is whatever, this is the thing we pulled that definitely has something special. You can tell it's thicker, right? But it's just a UR. Yeah, okay, sorry. I was hoping, maybe we'll get something, but it's just the UR. I say just, this is still a big hit. Like there's only gonna be maybe 1 or 2 URs in the whole box. And all the URs are calendar cards like this. But they are not otherwise limited, right? So there's no limited version of this. We have this one. Where does that go? Let me put that up here. I love the variety here, right? This is so great to get on the table. How about another genuine pack of Legend of Qin? And with this, we have to deal with that sort of double-bagged pack that Kayou was doing. They only did this for maybe 4 different sets. I talked about why before, but it was because they were selling the cards online at that time. And if you bought them online, they would just send you those inner packs in the mail. They wouldn't send you the outer wrapping. And so it was a way to kind of save some money, but they stopped doing that. Okay, and so here are the rares. And then we got a UR, which is great. So UR doesn't seem like it would be that high of a tier, but in Hero Battle, UR is like 3rd from the top. Above UR, there's CR and MR. So UR is, I mean, you can tell by the way the card looks too. I mean, that thing looks amazing. You see Kayou's version of Cracked Ice in the background there too. So what they've got is they've got those, radiating sort of rays of refraction, but then they're broken up and go back and forth. So it looks like that. And then down here you have a completely different refraction. Wow, there's a lot on that card. That is impressive. Um, I don't know where to put this now. Gosh, because this is a really impressive looking card. I'm gonna put it right there. And then that's just an SR. I can go there. This was a great poll. Like, what I mean by that is, like, there's a lot of cards on this table that I will want to show off in a binder. At least 10 that I'm looking at right now. We didn't open that many packs. It kind of gives you an idea of the quality of the sets that we're opening here. And why I love history cards so much. Because you get such good quality cards, and it's so consistent, and also there's always a lot of care put into them because you're sort of, looking at the cultural roots of a society, so they're going to try really hard to make them look good, and they do look great. This is Kayou's Three Kingdoms again. So I'm going kind of fast because the video's gotten a little bit long. But I will stop and point out anything especially cool like that. It's another one of those painting cards. I told you we'd pull 4 of them in total, and we will. And you can see now that blue one in the background is really distinct in just how muted its palette is compared to the others. All right, and here is our last Journey to the West card. And Journey to the West, again, is that awesome story of how Buddhism was brought to China, which they actually call Chan, C-H-A-N. That's the Monkey King there. Just beautiful. I mean, there's another Monkey King, but beautiful artwork on these cards. You notice I put that one to the side. I mean, you can probably tell why. But that's a pretty special one right here. Like, exceptionally special. I mean, just that image is so striking, and then the way it's done in gold like this is really something special. I kind of need to pause and try to figure this card out. I just don't. Yeah, I need to pause here 1 second. And yeah, after going through the flyer, this card just looks amazing. It's actually not that high of a rarity. It's maybe the 4th highest rarity. There's like 8 levels above this. But the set has a lot of numbered cards and things in it, so that kind of makes sense. But still, like, beautiful look to that for sure. And then let's pop our very last pack here, and then we'll be done. And I apologize again, it got to be a very long video, but it is New Year's, so we should take some time to reflect and celebrate a bit, right? And you can always fast forward, of course. You should have done that a while ago. Okay, sorry. Last pack. Here we go. Just again, what? Like, that's a trading card? Kayou is masterful at printing these things. It really just looks like I don't even know, like a ceramic work of some type. It does not look like a trading card at all. There's a UR from the set, kind of give you an idea of how those look. Amazing. They look amazing. Can I put it? I can't put anything there. It's just pure. Go right there with it, maybe. And one more here. There. All right. Wow. Well, that was epic. So I know not everybody's gonna like this as much. Everyone likes the Dragon Ball and the One Piece cards, and those are fun too. I love those cards. But I like to also, take some time to appreciate this particular side of the hobby because it's something that we don't see in the West. Like we just don't, Topps is not producing a, I don't know, Victorian era historical figure set, right? They're just not doing that, right? Or, medieval European kings, right? You just don't see it. RR Parks will make some of that kind of stuff, but you never see it from the big manufacturers. Whereas here on the table are six sets from huge manufacturers. I mean, of the three, I think Card Expert is the least known, and they're massive, right? And Card.Fun and Kayou are the two biggest manufacturers in China, and they produce sets like this. So that kind of shows you the popularity of this type of a product over there. And then I wanted to share that with you, and they just look awesome. They look great. I mean, there's so many like this one, all these, those, this, that, that, that. Like, there's so many cards here on the table that are going to be showpieces in my collection, and they all come from just one video. Like, that's amazing to me. I can't even imagine what it would be like. Like, I've never ripped an entire box of any of these sets. It must be just so much fun to do, to see them all. Maybe what I'll do is get a Red Mansion box and rip it all once so you can see it. But yeah, that would actually be pretty fun. Okay, I gotta stop talking now because we gotta be done with this video. Yeah. All right, I'll set up for another one and talk to you later. Bye bye.